Armed conflict broke out in South Sudan in December 2013 as a result of differences among its top politicians in Juba. The fighting in Juba was limited, but more fierce ones started in Upper Nile region, and in just a few weeks, thousands of innocent civilians lost their lives and hundreds of thousands others fled for safety both inside and outside the country. Most of the displaced civilians took refuge at United Nations Protection of Civilians sites. Efforts by regional and international organizations to end the conflict immediately started, and it took them more than 20 months of mediation to finally yield the fruits. The agreement on resolution of conflict in South Sudan was signed by Dr. Riek Machar on the 17th August 2015 in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, and while President Salva Kiir inked the document 9 days later in Juba. The agreement calls a permanent end to violence and the formation of transitional government of national unity, a government that is to bring together all the parties to the conflict and prepare for an election in 2018. However, the citizens who paid the price still know little of the agreement, especially in rural areas where access to information is limited. With the funding from National Endowment for Democracy, the Foundation for Democracy and Accountable Governance, FODAG, an indigenous advocacy civil society group is spearheading efforts to disseminate the peace document all over the country. This is to bridge the knowledge gap regarding the peace deal as an instrument to transform the country.
So when this agreement was finally signed, still the gap was huge. Majority of South Sudanese have no single information about what has actually been signed. So after signing this agreement, we embarked on a nationwide sensitization effort to make sure that citizens know exactly what Salva Kiir signed for, exactly what Riek Machar signed for, exactly what the other stakeholders, including the SPLM leaders, including other political leaders, including civil society, what have they signed for? And what is the role of the citizens in terms of participating in this peace process?
FODAG is reaching out to people to explain the details of the peace agreement. In February this year, held in series of those outreach activities when it visited Kajukeji County. A huge number of citizens turned up for the event, including politicians and chiefs.
I would like to thank the management of the CBO, FODAG, for all this initiative, because ever since the beginning of the peace agreement process, there was no NGO that came to our community to sensitize the people about the peace agreement. It is not until such a time when FODAG came with all documents of the peace agreement, everybody, at least all our leaders, have been able to access the documents, and I really have to appreciate the efforts done by FODAG and the funders, the donor agencies that have tried their best to give them some funding, and we appeal that further funding be given so that further trainings are done. It is very important for our youths particularly to take a stake in the process of implementation, because the war took different dimensions. More than 75% of our youths were the ones misused in the process of the conflict. For us to create a reciprocal of the situation, then it's very important for us also to use the same youths that were misused in the process of conflict to be used in the implementation of the peace agreement.
This teaching has been useful to not only me, but also the participants. With peace around the corner, we need to impact on development, send their children to school, and continue to support agriculture. By doing this, we shall be able to sustain peace.
As many of those people do not speak English, the training had to be conducted in their mother tongue.
So kilo jama tabani kilo perok ling ko bongi pigena pata ipune mona bon ko ba tayenga kin bi bong namu gonna kudina lobra da tana lu Joint Monitoring and Evaluation Commission na nyana ngarakin dainyo iwo ko jona ko diti nyek bong tinatik beta tina so kine college ko kata ina mo na pero ina kitana e ngarakin ni de pare
saya na konda beri ki pero mera moro dukian nyapa do budak lo lu anu President yang lo riat madam salpa aya kikong aku ngina gondi apa ni mera musala aja ni nang tu tunggu beri kong ko da tu meta do martiana na ina ona parento expert nganan bong mana pulo pero martiana na pisina ai na ba konda na beri ja Lisa asulu ja. Papa ni ayeng parek di sika kalain meta kule pi dongune Lisa. Bengi taling na paeng adu ada. Boy kulo te suci kanda kulon pero ti taling kulo. Bongi nade udah indai kulon pero.
Idan di kilo mutu lokti munding kulo. Kilo mutu munding kulo kojo aponda. Aponda kule kase anyu ponda kulo be jubani. Tai musu. Kilo mutu kulo be jubani anya ngara kinda kuliati. To duro na jur o kolati implementation na agreement ina ngona ke onda beri to ge more ko ju atu e na agreement na mindi dumbe tena jongane nyo i constitution ñu awarane sare loju ina bodina to yi wodu nango i constitution ñu na ina gbe kita ko go lo gbe kita na gbe twarai awarane constitution na gon gajo kuliah te sare si lo juru dene wana nyu konda berina kuliah koju jadi ali mure jambu di parlaman yang na mutu golo mia musala ko mera musala murek lagi min di ala ti do mia man so lo ya ngani ngin kulo mera mo kana kulo pon dai mutu di mundi kulo ko ke ulunde mutu ka kulo kalas mera mo kana musina ngo nyana iwu musu kalas iwu lo metti ngo ngena be konda ko kulo ke ulunde ane wana ba korana ministries na kone ministries kure dok nyu kora ina dok achievement na anyu konda beri so tiana pete na dok mudu golo goso guluke toru ko kini kuna na kondi ti states kone amondi mondu kene mera moro de ti sa afo mingi okuma nana gbe nyoka ko fominga anya mudu golo tungero so mo golo ba konda na beri mana na agreement na gbe implementing na nyopa nyope patena kula do gulu ba konda beri juba yo Opero ata meti gere si sana ponde. Agilia. Inate loso.
The tour of FODAG to Kajukeji included Wudu, Ngepo, Jalimo, and the Wolo villages where copies of the peace agreement were distributed to the people. The dissemination of peace document is quite a big task that requires collective action by all members of community, including youth and women. Good enough? While in Kajukeji, FODAG met a sisterly organization known as Women on Move organization, which shares the same objectives.
As a woman in the dissemination of peace in South Sudan or in this county, it's to mobilize the women and really talk to the women concerning the peace that we are really longing for, and really to encourage the women to do activities that they will be able to earn living through the peace that we are really hoping that soon we are going to have our total peace in this country. And as a woman also, I really want to ensure that my family is in a total peace, so that we really enjoy the fruit of this country.
For now, FODAG is spreading the good news in the peace document mainly through workshops and trainings, but other means like mass media can play a vital role. Like in Kajukeji, a community-based FM radio, Voice of Kajukeji has really provided a good platform for FODAG to communicate with the masses about its work through a live talk show.
Ya, kaya nganit loyo inga goro lo Kajukeji meria bungan morek nya set bain fama natingit. Ya, ina amotong jus pin ben uyun data kati atenda tatinate selo kon na morat do piriten kade na kon ta tuguru kidite ta morakini kata. Ina tingit kata ni kulo uyundi limure ali yauda lokon marunda khoi alimurena na wendo itinda na tokore si ingutu lokon kulo gondi ngana goro lo kajukeji na dengit katani.
Tinate parik lodulio kajijo junior. Na nelengen parik ina dingit katani. O na roman konguto ling logon kilo songina na inga na kulo goro lokang. Gosona tokoro di kune kedisi kadinina. Yidiri apondani mini juba ijo nasego. Yitaban kita ko organization nagon lungwa FODAG kune in full kokutula mundu adi Foundation for Democracy and Accountable Governance. Adi pipilet na tolien na depana mutulu ijur iteriga logon alorigbo ina anyinye na de kutublo gugu ina mogon office na duma gon juba mogon nagon biye koyi boso ngojik tilo jur ti Sudan ye gwanda ina mogon anyendi todinde ngutu tijur kuliati tolien so ye atodinde kajuke jinika de ama itodinde ngutu lokolo isu etente Sudan na ling.
In a society where access to information on matters of public interest remains limited, the people become thirsty for any information coming across, and Kajukeji is no exception.
What I've learned from this training is that most people, at least they are now aware of the peace. They are really waiting to see how the peace is going to be implemented. And everybody in these 4 places that we went to, everybody is really waiting for the peace. And as I talk now, people need the peace because people need to carry out their different activities. And these activities need peace.
The explanation in the training has been very clear. We have asked several questions. We are happy with the program being brought at grassroots level so that we could also extend our messages to the rest that have not attended the training. Now the peace is signed. People should be patient. The training has benefited us a lot as community. Now we have peace of hearts without any doubt.
All this time, we never knew where the peace was because we have been in confusion and a lot of problems. We didn't know how the peace was going to come. We are grateful for your coming for it has made us know the difference between Salva Kiir, Riek Machar and Wani Iga. We have also learned the structure of the transitional government, and we are requesting that you come back and update us about the implementation of the peace agreement so that we are kept in the loop of the future.
I'm happy to receive this awareness. This teaching gives us wider knowledge. We cry of high prices of goods because of dollars rates. But if we continue with this awareness, I'm sure our area of Liwolo will also develop like the rest of the country.
This teaching has been useful to not only me, but also the participants. With peace around the corner, we need to impact on development, send their children to school, and continue to support agriculture. By doing this, we shall be able to sustain peace.
We are very happy with this teaching, for it encourages us and gives us hope in whatever we are doing as citizens. We believe this year we shall start in peace as we look forward to develop ourselves.
Understanding the peace agreement is obviously the first step for people to own the peace process and get actively involved in realizing a lasting peace through making informed decisions about their country. FODAG hopes to continue spreading the good news to the people of South Sudan.
Thank you. God bless you.